We knew that from a hint tile early on that hook shot was all the way in Mickey Mouse Room in Lower Norfair, so I knew it was going to be terrible. Hey, what's happening, Casual Ahoy? Casual Ahoy to you, my good sir. It seems dark. I don't know. But here, let me shout out my good pals, Faust and Hoy. Hoy and Faust, Faust and Hoy. Get my mic in a proper position, I'll probably sound a little bit more clear. Am I coming in clear? Well, yes, welcome back to Elden Ring. It's been a little bit. We were venturing forth into the mountaintops of the giants. We are in the midst of our first expedition, as we've come to say. Crystal? What's that mean? Coffee good. But yeah, Mountaintop of the Giants. And we just made our way up onto the main mountain of it proper. There's been like kind of three stages we've come across so far. The first was uh, a walkway from Landell near the Divine Tower of East Altus, and then traveling across a narrow land bridge, we come across the Grand Lift of Rold, I believe it was called. I should still have the medallion in question. There we go. Red gemmed and everything. And it lifted us up to the ruins of Zamor, where we faced many Zamor warriors who are like these weird ice dancer type warriors who wear very fancy looking armor and wield crazy fancy looking swords, have a combat style that's highly refined. And it is known that they have been at war with the fire giants of the mountaintop since time immemorial, according to certain item descriptions. As we ascended the mountaintop of the giants, we observed once again the giant skeletal remains of truly colossal beings. Ones that would dwarf the fire giant that we will eventually come to meet. However, and they're buried underground. And they kind of, correlate the skeletons of such stature we see in Caelid, who appear to be exposed either from landslides or straight up the landscape melted away around them, kind of thing. Ooh, that's hot coffee. But I think we're going to get back out there and we're going to see what more of this expedition we can, or what more of the mountaintop we can uncover. Now, to contextualize the mountaintop, it lays to the east of Altus. These are the road to the lift, and then up the lift, Zamor ruins. And then we made our way as far as this here site of grace, the ancient Snow Valley ruins. Now, this whole thing was a very lengthy, broken walkway guarded by a golem sniper here. However, we managed to make it past, so we no longer have to cross that bridge manually, so to speak. We also ran into a familiar face, formerly known as Yura, now known as Shabriri, who was beckoning us not to take millennia to the to be burned for the to burn the Erd tree to be the kindling. Holy crap, Ale! Thanks for the raid, pal. We just got started. Welcome in. Let me get you squared away. Have a shouty. One of my oldest Twitch pals, quite frankly. Aileneron. Aileneron. We just call him Ale for short. I don't know if it works if you don't put the at sign. Oh, you also misspelled it, I think. No. There's a misspelling in there. You got the L before the E. That goes between the E's. Sorry, I'm squinting at my screen. There it is. Oh, Jesus, the double raid. Ale and Dave. You're terrified of this game? Well, fear no longer, for we are taking a scholarly approach. Ale and Iran. Hey, Nanners. I said that weird. Hey, serious Dave. It's all the pals. Is it too soon to hit the other shout out? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Probably. Yeah, I have to wait one more minute. That's okay. We got regular shout outs going out for courtesy of Anarchro Faust, whom you all should also check out. Particularly if you're interested in 40k stuff. He's your guy. Jack Rabbit, how's it going? Yeah, I'm Negatron00, your casual internet acquaintance, and we are a very long amount of time deep into a lore-focused run of Elden Ring here. Just look at all those grace sites. Just to give it a little bit of context, but we were just about to get underway with the first expedition, or continue underway with the first expedition of the Mountaintop of the Giants. The so-called Forbidden Lands, as forbidden by Queen Marika, the god of the Golden Order. But yeah, if you got a raid and fade, that's cool. Just thank you for coming through and supporting Dave and Ale, and yeah, if you like Elden Ring or Souls games and stuff, you know, stick around. Why not? Let's see. Let's figure out where's what. All right, we came from the south. And we'll see if we can get a view. We'll discuss a little bit more what we've seen so far and kind of contextualize things going forward. Alright, so we got these ruins. We got this giant, colossal even skeleton. Thanks for the hydrate, Jackrabbit. I'm sure it's been another minute. We can give Dave the big old shouty. Boom. Yes, another. I know Ale and Serious Dave from the same. You know, they're the same. They're homies. They were just playing Grand Theft Auto together. So it. I consider it mighty kind of them to do the old double raid like that. But here's our amazing colossal skeleton sticking out of the statue. And we can see hunched over figures of, these are humanoids. Not quite giant stature, like this guy, of course, but also, I think, bigger than the trolls we've seen, which are considered to be, diminutive giants. We can see the Erd Tree still towering over to the south of our position, and ruins leading up the hill. This area is where Queen Marika engaged in what I think is a preemptive conflict with the fire giants who worshipped the, what's it called? Flame of Ruin up here. Hey, sweetie. Don't forget to get more water downstairs when you get thirsty. Okay. And she came to understand that the Erd Tree is nigh invincible, but for its vulnerability to the so-called Flame of Ruin, the special flame upon the mountaintop here that contains the so-called Fell God, right? The fire giants worship the Fell God. They've been doing their thing up here on the hill. The Zamor, a race of people from a little bit further down the hill, over here, across this great chasm, by the way, spanned by this little land bridge. Uh, the Zamor people use like weird ice sorcery and sword techniques, and have apparently been at odds with the fire giants, cat and mouse style, I guess, uh, for all of prehistory. Uh, and since, but then and Queen America even utilized this aggression between the two of them, co-opted the Zamor in her fight against the fire giants, subdued them with Lord Godfrey. This is uh, uh, like I'm not exactly sure in the timeline when this happens, if it's on the front end of the Golden Order unification or the back end of it. In either case, Lord Godfrey and company and the Zamor and perhaps other forces allied and defeated the fire giants, killing all but one of them, and in doing so, allowed him to tend the flame of ruin as sort of a like ironic punishment, almost a Sisyphean punishment, perhaps, but uh, uh, because Queen America came to realize that the flame of ruin can never be truly extinguished. And so she condemned that last fire giant to look after it for eternity, commissioned the fire monks to be his keeper and to ensure that the flame of ruin doesn't escape captivity, and made the mountaintop of the giants forbidden territory evermore. There are no modern settlements up here. The ruins we see predate this conflict, predate it by a significant amount of time, perhaps. Uh, but there are more recent constructions than these columns and arches, and even the Zamor ruins down slope. There is a castle fort. We caught a glimpse of it before when I was looking at the big skeleton. And the castle fort is believed to date to the period of time during the invasion.
Do you hear me?
Hold on.
I, Lieutenant. We're almost there. Castle Sol lies just off to the north, where the other medallion is housed. It will grant passage to the land of the Halig Tree.
Oh, word. That's right. We have Latenna in tow. All right, we'll speak about her in a minute. But yeah, we were talking about the conflict of the fire giants in America, and she sealed away the land and put it under guard, and so on and so forth, so the Erd Tree could never be burned. She'll contain it, right? And since then, events have transpired, and we have come to the mountaintop of the giants at the behest of our friend and finger maiden Melina, who says that if we burn the Erd Tree, it'll get us through the thorns that guarded the interior of the Erd Tree where the Elden Ring be. Hey, your friend Andy. Well, hey, you're welcome, pal. It was my pleasure to raid our friend Andy earlier after my extremely bad SMC3 seed. Who buddy? But yes, Melina wants us to use her as kindling, which you need to do. You got to sacrifice a maiden into the fire, as you do, to burn the Erd Tree and get access to its interior so we can repair the Elden Ring and quote-unquote save the world. Ambiguous, right? It's sort of even a moral quandary of whether or not we want to even do that. I did. I could tell it was crazy. I wish I could have participated more directly, but I had to hustle and pick up my children. Man, and geez, that seed was bad. It was bad. you guys do that Pokemon Showdown on like a regular basis or anything like that? Uh, and if you wouldn't mind giving me a little bit more of the lowdown on what it is monthly. See, I'm asking the right questions. And while Andy decides whether or not to elaborate on that, uh, so let's talk about what it means that this land has been sealed off ever since the end of the Crucible period and the defeat of the mountain, or not the Crucible period, and the defeat of the Fire Giants. It means that stuff has been kind of frozen in time here, even though, besides just being literally frozen. So it means we can make observations of things in that context. Also, we just heard the voice of Latenna, the Albinuric woman. Find the Albinuric woman, as you do, right? Here she is. Latenna was renowned as a deft magic archer, but having lost her beloved wolf companion, Lobo, she cannot move from the place where she was summoned. And yeah, she became a summon spirit voluntarily after we met her and promised to take her in such a form to the lands at the foot of the Halig tree. We learned about her position from Albus the Albinuric way back in the hidden Albinuric village, which isn't on top of this plateau. It's actually under it. There's a huge kind of hollow underneath this plateau. But we found a massacre there. That was the 24th monthly tournament. Holy smokes, 2 years. So that's awesome, pal. Feel free to, post about it. I don't know if can't remember if you're in my Discord or not. But if anybody wants to join a Discord and find out more about the Pokemon Showdown monthly, now 2 years running great tournament, hit it up. It's an invitational. Sweet. Or even just to learn more about the game in particular. But anyway, we found Albus, the sole survivor of the Albinuric village, or at least the sole sane survivor of the Albinuric village, slaughtered by Gideon Ulfnir the All-Knowing in the effort to discover the whereabouts of the Halig tree. He didn't find Albus. We did. Albus gave us half of the Halig tree medallion and the whereabouts of our friend Latenna, who we met here in Slumbering Wolf's Shack. She is now traveling with us in spirit form, saying the other half of the Halig tree medallion is in Castle Sol to the north of us, she says. I presume it's this castle, since it's intact, and this up here is just a small ruins of some kind, although I am, of course, very curious about it. If we can snag both halves of the medallion, we can go back to the Great Lift of Rold and use that medallion instead, and it'll take us to a different point on the lift. And from there, we can venture toward the Halig tree. But that is an adventure for another night. Tonight, we continue our expedition into the Mountaintop of the Giants. Oops. Alright, so, look at that. There's a big old golem marching around. I suppose this is a leftover from the invasion. Left to patrol. One feature of the Mountaintop of the Giants is phantom trees. And of course, where you have phantom trees, you have phantom woodlife fauna. Phantom flora. Wow. That's alliteration. You know what? We should probably stock up some fire jars. I think I've been using these volcano, giant's flame fire pots. Yeah, that's it. How many? 3 of them. All right. And then there is the volcano pot. Very good. We actually still have oil pots. Yeah, so I want to hit with an oil pot first and then that. Okay. But first, let's add this guy. Let's keep that, I guess. And then, or you know what? Crystal darts here. Hopefully that golem doesn't hear me. And then, ah yeah, giant's flame fire pot. Almost forgot. Got all kinds of fire pot. It's the firest pot. That's a wee joke. Alright. So this golem is guarding that way, which leads to a summon for the Volcano Manor, which I'm not interested in fulfilling just yet. We'll do that some other time. Probably second expedition. Demi-humans are living up here. We're gonna try to leave them alone. That golem's coming back. Another golem. More demi-humans. Living in peace. There's a downed one. Alright, I don't think we've attracted anybody's attention. I'm not too sure how to go about getting to Castle Saul. Probably not this way. And a grace site. Lovely. We shall call it progression, and then we can kind of look back upon where we've came and try to decide what that was. It looked like a river. Let's consider our spells. Kind of like that. Ooh, we can finally summon Tibia's summons. Summon those who live in death. Huh. Ooh, we can use Briars of Punishment? Hell yeah. Cool. Let's try that. I warn you, what you're about to see might be disturbing. If I can get to it. Alright, here we go. Oh! Oh wait, didn't even see where it went. Hold on. That's cool. Charge it up. No, there's no charging it up. Wow, it hardly uses any FP either. I have only played Red and Blue way back in the yesteryears of when that shit came out on Game Boy. Highly considering, once I'm kind of done playing my fill of Final Fantasy stuff, I'll probably shift over to Pokemon for my JRPG fix. I've been considering a Nuzlocke of like Pokemon, what is it, Fire Red or whatever. Just to have that modernized sort of feel for something that's still familiar. It'll probably, you know, fire up the old nerve endings. Because what was that? Alright, 25 years ago. Alright, we'll see how that spell does us. It's appropriate for here because pretty soon we're going to see just how prevalent thorn sorcery is. But look, a lake. A frozen lake. How lovely. Ooh, and a sightseeing telescope. $2. No. Right. So, let's look around. Here's where we come from, right? There's our golem in repose, that patrolling golem, the downed golem, and then way downrange the other one. So this is indeed a creek that seems to be emerging from this here lake, which appears to be frozen in its entirety, though the snow somehow clears off of it for some reason. There is a tower of sorcery here. So this indicates... Oh, hey, what's up, John Wick? I'll get you a shouty. Oh, we also got to shout out a Jackrabbit for being rad. And... Nuclear Nanners for being equally as rad from Serious Dave and his cadre. And Ale and his cadre. My close cadre of Canadians. The Triple C. Yeah, just chilling. Cool. We just made it to the sightseeing scope in the Mountaintop of the Giants. So we are on the mountaintop proper, pretty much up here. And yes, one of the great landmarks we see right away is a Tower of Sorcery. I'm really wishing it was daytime, though. Maybe we go to the Grace site and we make it daytime for this observation. We need better seeing, as the astronomers would say. Mountaintop of the Giants, yes sir. We made it. Top of the world, ma. There we go. This is way nicer. Yes, we can see the glossy, shiny, reflective surface of the lake. There's that Tower of Sorcery. Okay, yeah, we can resolve things much better. So yeah, the Tower of Sorcery. What's it doing up here? We know from the astrologer's garb, I think. Let's see. That astrologers were once up here, I think. Or it was something in their class description? Shoot, I can't remember. But at any rate, the Tower of Sorcery up here in the mountaintops. There is a fort beyond it there. Directly to the right, a destroyed minor Erd tree. Now this pretty much seals the deal when it comes to minor Erd trees. They have to be root shoots, right? They have to be. Because this stuff predates the Shattering a lot. And golden seeds did not come into being until the Shattering. And so there was no time, or, you know, not even no time. This is just from before there was even seeds. So how do you get a whole tree that you can burn to cinders without seeds? And it's also suggested in other ways that the minor Erd trees are not seedlings themselves. Let's see here. Is that Castle Saul that way? Yeah, to the north is Castle Saul. We could just barely see some of its uppermost ramparts there. And a phantom forest across the land. There's twisted and burnt remains of other trees, but no conifers anywhere except for the phantom ones, suggesting that this land was once lush and green, perhaps, and not near as frozen, and that subduing the flame of ruin, which is inside that great colossal brazier way up there on the highest point in the world map, uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, before that probably burned brighter, and cast a warmth over the land that is now absent. But yeah, I think that Erd tree there, of course, is a worthy target. Looks like we could get to it quite easy. This is the Tower of Sorcery. Oh, excuse me. Might be trickier business. Hey, kiddo. Had a nap, huh? Now you're all messed up. My older kid fell asleep a couple hours ago, so now she's gonna be all out of whack. But that's okay. She's old enough to handle it on her own. Ooh boy. So we've made a sighting of another denizen of the mountaintops, that is those who live in death. These guys are going to be spicy. Not that spicy. Oh shit! Oh shit! That one was very spicy. He was way spicier than the other guy. I should have disengaged as soon as I realized that that strike failed to cut it down. Alright, those who live in death. Also, those who don't fuck around. Alright, we'll do them a little better this time. Oh, that ain't gonna reach, is it? Oh, sure it did. Oh. Woo. Yeah, that guy was rough stuff. Alright, so ancient cemetery. I haven't really pinned down exactly when those gravestones are from, right? In many places we see gravestones on the surface, and among them those who live in death. So it's like these are ancient tombs where, people were interred in a culture previous to the Erd Tree, perhaps. And then after the Rune of Death was removed from the equation, suddenly found themselves able to arise from their graves, so to speak, right? Is that the idea? Also, snail. Skull snail. Oh, it's coming. Got more of those Grim Reaper dudes. Huh. Doing field work can be rough. Also, this is snow-covered Deathroot right in front of us, I think we're seeing. I could be wrong. Oh, look, look, look. I'm not wrong. Confirmed. I see a little bit of, fuzzy rhizomatic roots poking out of it. Cool. Where are we headed? We're about to be able to look at Castle Saul, which beckons so sweetly, though I remember it being an intensely difficult location. Look, there it is. I think that's one of the boughs of the actual Halig tree. Now, Castle Saul's significance, apparently dating to the war with the giants, and then perhaps later reused as a point of convenience to embark to where the new great tree was meant to be placed. Also, this is a really big phantom tree. But here's Castle Saul, partially burnt as well. Looks like it maybe came under attack from fire giants and took some damage. Tumbleweeds. Since this is the first expedition of the region, we're probably going to be real surface level. Obviously, I don't plan on delving into Castle Saul right now. But we can tell by its construction that it's a Crucible era or very early Golden Order. So that pretty much uh, uh, establishes when the war with the giants took place. It didn't take place at the end of the Unification Wars when Godfrey was then divested of grace and the Tarnished. It was instead toward the beginning of it. But I would place it after the defeat of the Gloam-Eyed Queen. Also, the Tarnished Archaeologist came out with a new video today, the second part, I believe, in a series talking about the Gloam-Eyed Queen. Highly recommend it, and all the rest of his content. Absolutely. Oh shit, oh, here's a big boy. Oh, okay. He went down a little bit easier than the other dude. Where'd he go? Oh, here he is. Human bone shard. Is this Michaela's lily? It is. Ah, here we can see right into Castle Saul, and behold, a boss door. You can even see some of its, or at least one enemy there. Can't tell what it is from here. Some sort of knight. Alright. Now then, let's find out why this little skull is scooting along. Look at him go. Look at him scoot. Is he coming up? There he goes. Where's he going? Where's he going? It's gonna be the end of the line. Where are you going, buddy? Is it just that windy? I guess that is the wind direction, but that is kind of funny. Oh, it got stuck. Alright. We're managing to avoid most of those who live in death. Like I say, I ain't got no beef with them, really. Wait, did we just... I mean... got fight music happening, but... no apparent fighters. Hello, Phantom Falcon. Wow. You're cool looking. Hold on. Oops. There we go. We're sending you to the internet. Fly like an eagle. Alright, so. I was just gonna say, I'm starting to recognize some commonalities in architecture between these astrologers' towers, or sorcerer tower of sorcery, depending on how you want to call them, uh, and the bridge here, or at least, you know, these arches. Well, I guess they are bridges. We'll talk about it a little bit more once we're safe. Alright. Oh, yay. Good internet players have marked the way for us already. If you couldn't tell already, this is a invisible walkway. So, we got one of these great bridges. Eternal Empire in age. Also, I want to see something. Nice. What happens if we do this? Aha! This does show the way. Goes all the way here. We can even see the snow landing on the surface of the invisible bridge here. Oh, he didn't make it. Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a place where it turns up. I think it's here. Yeah. See, something crazy happens there. Also, look at that guy. Who's that? Oh, that's a puppet. Or a marionette, I should say. Alright, let's see. Touch Bloodstain. No, you don't go that way. How about you? Well, here goes nothing. Oh, wait, I can see it. Yeah, there we go. There it is. I can see it quite clearly. And here we are. Okay. Might as well take advantage of our vantage. So we see an astrologer's tower. I'm starting to see similarities in the construction of these and construction of the eternal cities underground of the Nox. Hey, thanks, Faust, for the lurks. Let me give Faust a shouty. Been around here doing some mod work for me a lot lately, and I am appreciative. Once again, if 40k is your flavor, he's your guy. Check it out. He's even playing that. That game looks rad. Even if you're not into 40k, if you like run and gun shooters, like late 90s, early 2000s style, that one's got your got the scratch for your itch. Hey, hey. But yeah, I'm thinking Eternal Cities type of architecture, something similar. Or at least like same culture, but later, maybe earlier. Uh-oh, hold on. We got company. Seal on the Rise is opened. Ooh, okay, we opened it up just by coming on here. Oh, he's coming. fired up max aggro mode. Let's fire up the lantern here. What do we got? That's not glintstone. That's like rock or ice chunks in place of glintstone. Maybe they were onto something. Oh, first things first. Top of the tower, ma. Elevator still works. Once again. Alright, here's like... Looks like a box of chocolates, but this is clearly like... These are seashells. Why is there a box of seashells here? Is this a common find in sorcery towers? Gosh, we're gonna have to confirm that, but this is a box. It's a seashell collection, damn it. Here, I'll even zoom in here to where we can tell. Hey, waifus. But check it out. Have you ever noticed these seashells? Have you seen these boxes in other sorcery towers? I haven't noticed in particular. I would expect they're in like the regular assortment of stuff. But this is definitely a collection of seashells. In a, you know, a fine in a fine box for organizing them even. Anyway, welcome in, historical waifus. Welcome back to Elden lore. I have OBS 29 now, and it seems to be running just okay. Well, yeah, what do you know? Seashells. Not by the seashore. Decidedly by the seashore. Oh, shit. Alright, hold on. Wasn't expecting you up here. Any others? Okay. Ooh, Founding Reign of Stars. What a fabulous sorcery this is, I'm sure. Indeed. The eldest primeval sorcery said to have been discovered by an ancient astrologer. A sorcery of legendary status summons a dark cloud of stars overhead. Shortly after, the cloud will release a violent deluge of star rain. This sorcery can be cast while in motion, and charged. Thought to be the founding glintstone sorcery, the glimpse of the primeval current that the astrologer saw became real, and the stars, amber, rained down on this land. The stars, amber, rained down on this land. I wonder if the discovery of this sorcery coincided with the arrival of the Elden Beast also, right? Right? Get you a shout, pal. Here we go. Ooh, also, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna order some food real quick. Before I forget and don't eat. Before I forget and don't eat. This feels like a teriyaki bowl night. Mm-hmm. Give me that large drink and make it pink lemonade. White rice. Veggies. And that's it. Awesome-o. And heck a tip. There we go. Always tip your delivery people. Let's see. To be fair, the lands between doesn't have the worst beaches I've ever seen. That would be either the UK or Oregon. Now, pebble beaches are okay, but you're right. They're not the kind of beaches you think it is. Let's see. Requires intelligence 52 to wield. Not the... It's the second most demanding spell intelligence-wise. Well, I suppose we'll have to give that a shot once we get to a grace site. But hey, waifus, I was noting the similarity in style of construction between sorcery towers and the Nox stuff in the Eternal Empire. And it almost compels me to go look at Celia. But we're almost to Liturgical Town. If, you know, we're a session or two away from getting to the Liturgical Town. And I think it would be better to wait for that, because that's another example of that type of site. Also, we need to be careful we don't get ambushed. I hear him. There, see, there's a guy out there. I'm sure, yeah, see, there's a guy down there. This place is crawling with him. Also, like, the way into this tower is the way I took. If you come through at ground level, it'll be sealed and there's no way in. You have to find the sky bridge, which, let's talk about that for just a second. Yeah. And also the cold water of the North Atlantic. It's got that going for it too. Waifus. Shoot. What was I about to mention? And it's what drove me back upstairs. All right. Let's see if I can remember. Oh, the sky bridge. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Okay. Just a little bit. Here's the balcony that leads to the invisible bridge, which clearly this wasn't the primary way in, right? I mean, we're not talking about a ghost bridge here, right? That this was once the stairway in that diverges from this bridge, right? That comes from over in this direction, right? From this Eternal City, or Eternal Empire era column work. And not a lot of invisible walkways in the game. I mean, it's a Souls trope, sure. But, you know, there's got to be some kind of in-canon way to think about it. Yeah, I mean, but there's no mentions anywhere of sorceries that make invisible walkways, you know. And it's not an illusion or something like that, or else the law of regression spell would make it go away, or incantation rather. Although I wish there was, you know, while that's not necessarily a fact because the law of regression incantation only works on a few specific things, I think it would have been cooler if they made it work on a lot more. Well, I mean, it had the most primeval founding sorcery at its top for us to claim. Oh! Ambush. Hey, Glitzy, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate you. I think I'm safe. I'll give you the shout out. Once again, AM2R speedrunner Glitzy Chan. Oops. Go give him the follow. Alright. Does this actually say something? Oh, it does. Falling snow marks something unseen. I mean, it's pretty plain. All I can say is the solution was pretty plain. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Okay. I forgot that... Oh, shit. No! It pushed me up the... Okay, we're fine. That's crazy. Alright, let's go. That's awesome. Ambushed. Oh, they're still coming. Haha, you missed, you sucker. Oh! A glizzy chan. He's the glitziest of the chans, alright? It's like glazed donuts. Just make somebody at a donut shop very uncomfortable by referring to glazed donuts thusly. I didn't even question it, honestly. I mean, yeah, for real. What's in a name? What's in a name? Now, I know there was one other item to find on one of the sides of this here tower, but I'm thinking I can't get around to it. Yeah. Ah, there we go. There we go. Thaw frost boluses. Take care of frost damage, I guess. Alright, let's contextualize where we are. We came up the freezy frozen river. We made our way to the freezy frozen lake, which we can't quite see on the map. Doubled back, encountered some of those who live in death, took an invisible sky bridge walkway thing to the heretical rise. Now, why would it be called that, do you think? That's an interesting name for this particular tower of sorcery. Heretical rise. What's heretical in this game? Or in this world? Looking into the primeval current is considered heretical in the present day attitudes of Raya Lucaria, I believe, which is what Selen's primary grief with them as an institution was. And she ended up getting kind of proven wrong, right? Like in the academy, proven right as to why you don't mess around with that because you turn into a big stupid star ball that can't do anything. Oh no, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Oh, he coming. Look at him. Now, there is a whole lore explanation as to what those glintstone star cluster or glintstone crown clusters are all about. I don't remember it off the top of my head, so I'm not going to go into it right now. All right. Yeah, so it looks like the typical way up here was vastly different, right? We may have circumvented some of the difficulty in navigation of this zone. There are a lot of puppets around here. I mean, marionettes. And tumbling tumbleweeds. Oh, here it comes. God, I hate that attack. All these marionettes go into like super, oh shit, we're gonna die mode when you hit them hard enough. Oh. Excuse me. Might as well refill. Patrolling puppets, no doubt defending the tower, you know, from the obvious approach. Well, let's see what else we got from up here. Oh boy. So this is the way closer to the brazier. We have what looks to be an Everjail over here. I think I remember the Everjail. Let's see. Perhaps the original astrologer who witnessed the primeval current prompted that policy change. Well, I mean, that was also when Glintstone sorcery started, too. I think it was more like Glintstone sorcery started with this spell, right? The one we just picked up. And then by an unknown ancient astrologer. And then we come into these other two primeval sorceries. The Stars of Ruin, conjured by Lusat, and the Comet Azure, conjured by Azure. These two each were the inspirations for two different conspectuses of Rea Lucaria, that is School of Study of Magic, right? But neither conspectus is named for the astrologers who witnessed the primeval current version of those spells. Excuse me. For instance, Comet Azure, right, is the beginning of the conspectus that ended up becoming the Corollos conspectus, I believe. Yeah, the most venerable of the Academy. A more refined version of the Comet. You see the uncontrolled, unrestrained, raw power of Comet Azure is refined and focused into the Comet spell, the greatest of the Corollos Conspectus sorceries. And then we see the same with Stars of Ruin, the unfettered primeval current version, later refined to Star Shower, the most difficult of the Olivinus Conspectus, which is the descendants of Lusat's sorcery. You know? So, you know, the primeval current discoveries came first, and then the refinements came later. So it's kind of a... They would... They didn't know it was heretical to look into the primeval current before the founding Reign of Stars. And probably didn't even consider it for these ones either. But due to what happened to Lasat and to Azure after they witnessed, you know, their thing, they went broken-brained, right? When Azure glimpsed into the primeval current, he saw darkness and was left both bewitched and fearful of the abyss. So he was broken by it, right? Lusat glimpsed, and he beheld the final moments of a great star cluster. Upon seeing it, he too was broken. We can probably 100% assume that whoever witnessed this broke similarly. And it was after this 1, 2, 3 times worth of experience that sorcerers decided, okay, no more looking directly at the primeval current. We got what we need out of these, and we can further refine them in basic conspecti, right? Now, we have another one, though. I don't believe it was a primeval sorcery, a primeval current witness that Thops did, but Tops discovered a sorcery that's regarded as its worth. Yeah, see, it says little real. They will future generations will learn. They will know the foolishness of the sneering sorcerers who ridiculed this theory, little realizing that it was in fact a discovery worthy of a new conspectus of the Academy. And Thops, for some reason, died when conceiving of this. I can't remember if there's more information we can learn about the demise of Thops outside of this particular description, but yeah. I think it was the repeated experience of whoever saw the first spell and then Azure and Lusat where they decided to make it against the rules to observe the primeval current directly anymore. And Selen was like, "Nah, I'm not all about that. We're gonna have to do that." And I'm disappointed we didn't get like a really good sorcery, new primeval sorcery from Selen as part of completing her quest. She's just like, "I'm sorcery ball now." Whoa. Oh, they fell from that. I was like, where'd those guys freaking Wile E. Coyote from? There should be a map marker here. Oops. There. Ooh, that's far away. Most of the way up the hill, in fact. Ugh. Well, we'll see where we get to and where we bounce off of. Night is falling. Gonna make it a little tricky to navigate. Alright, I think down below we see the freezing lake. I think this is the other way up. Right? This seems like a gradual enough slope that there's probably a way all the way down to the water line. Or I could be wrong. Nope. Slope stopped being gentle real fast. Damn you, foreshortening. Just imagine how bitter cold it is. I don't know how Tears of the Kingdom changes the system, and please don't spoil it for me if it does or not. But I really liked how Breath of the Wild did too hot, too cold. And I also like how it differentiated from, like, on fire and just, like, in the sun hot. Okay. There is the husk of the burnt Erd tree over that way. It'll actually be kind of hard to get to from where we at right now. So maybe we leave that for later. Yeah, and like being cold like that is just no joke. It just dominates your existence. Very rarely do video games, you know, manage that feeling of what it's actually like to be in the snow. Like sometimes, okay, reduced movement speed, fine, but like it just hurts to be outside. And the fact that Link keels over real fucking fast when he's too cold or too hot is pretty cool. I think it's funny. Alright, I know whomst dwells within this Everjail, if I'm recalling properly. Yeah, you can't think. It gets crazy. Lord Contender's Everjail. Once again, we got all the wormies apparently attracted to or somehow maintaining the integrity. It seems the ones that crawl do so in a way that circles around the Everjail, I guess. Let's see, is he bound to run into it? No, he'll... You know, I guess they march around the perimeter. Well, I guess we could give this guy a try. Let's get ready. Round Table Knight Vika. Oh, we smoked him good. Alright, we're gonna have to rely on Night Comet. Oh, we're gonna cheese this dude. Unless... Oh! Oh! He's a relentless adversary. And that's Vika. The warrior who was closest to becoming Elden Lord, who ended up succumbing to the flame of frenzy after his finger maiden committed suicide. How you doing, Designation V? We just first tried Vika. Oh yes, I've heard of that. I was trained in how to rescue people from hypothermia. I was in the Coast Guard at one point. So we got all kinds of stuff from Vika. We didn't really get a chance to look at it before it all vanished into our inventory because, well, that's how it goes. But one of them was an incantation. Vika's Dragon Bolt. And yeah, he that was another thing. Yeah, he was which is crazy, right? Because they don't even let you in the room unless you're naked. So how did he get in there? But anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. Incantation of Vika, Vike, but I say Vika. Knight of the Round Table hold. Now this guy worked for Godfrey directly, right? Summons red lightning to bolster the caster's body and their armament held in the right hand. Enchants armament with lightning affinity attacks and increases maximum equipment load. However, lightning damage negation will be reduced. Of all the knights, Vika the Dragon Spear was the one Lansax loved the most. Oh, he was loved by an ancient dragon, Lansax. I killed her too. Maybe. Yeah, new rules. New rules. I see it. But yep, that was Vika. I'm not sure what else we got from him though. Perhaps his equipment? Do you know? I'm probably just gonna look it up real quick. Let's see. Vike, Everjail. Mm-hmm. Man, there's like a really long, in-depth, like, how to fight him strategy. I'm just like, pew pew pew. Uh, what's his drops, damn it. Mm-hmm. Ah, here we go. His whole armor set. Okay, so no weapons, but armor. Love the idea that being naked isn't necessary. It's just a prank from Shabriri. Vic went underwent spontaneous human combustion by coincidence. Oh, man. Let's see. Alright. Did we get a shield? No. He didn't have a shield. Here it is, the fingerprint helm. No other tarnished was closer to the throne of the Elden Lord than Vika, but without announcement, Vika traveled far below the capital. It was scorched by the flame of frenzy. It's amazing how much my playthrough mirrored this guy's thing, right? My maiden committed suicide by burning herself in the forbidden in the flame of ruin to burn the Erd tree, and I still couldn't beat the last bosses. Did he make his choice for his maiden, or did some other force lure him with suggestion? Here it is, fingerprint armor. Same description. Do we have special gloves for him? Yep, fingerprint gauntlets. And the greaves. Alright. Well, rip Vika. I watched a few people suffer that fight. I think Captain Sekatai included, if I'm remembering properly. It's true. Chaos reigns. Whoa, it's one of these big dogs. What's a big dog doing up here? Crazy. Ooh, there's a couple of them. What are you all doing here? Shit. That makes things dangerous. Okay. Oh, no. Alright. Why are there giant hounds here? I figured these were the result of, the mutations caused by the Scarlet Rot in the analog nuclear wasteland of Caelid. And yet here they are, upon the mountaintop. I mean, I don't know why they're associated with the gigantic skeletons, but we see them here, we see them there, don't we? Perhaps the Caelid Hounds are part of the defenses of the tower. Okay, this would indicate perhaps that the Caelid Hounds are actually like products of astrology and sorcery, right? I mean, we do see Sage Gowery uh, having his own pet giant dog outside his shack, right? So there's a little bit of a connection there. I really don't want to kill him. Oh boy, my food's on its way. Almost forgot I ordered it. I'm so excited. Also, there's a battlement here, right? Whose battlements? They are pointed outward, right? They're clearly pointing out to repel a force ascending. Did they make them, or did the Rey Lucario sorcerers figure out how to tame them, or more accurately learned how to lure them into place, I guess, right? Well, here's the thing, too, though, is they have collars and stuff, right? They're clearly... That's right, that should have been something that threw me right off in Caelid, is that the giant hounds had collars, indicating that they weren't mutants at all. Or, well, I don't know. I suppose they could have collars if they were tamed after their mutation in Caelid by way of the Scarlet Rot, but that seems unlikely. Also, Arteria Leaf, what's the deal? Huh? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, now that yeah, I'm thinking either they are hounds that have been magically manipulated by sorcerers, and this apparent, this could date back real far. But why are they here? That's actually like seeing these dogs here is very unexpected and is making us think of Caelid a lot, right? And the developers, let's get a little meta here. The developers would expect a player to be like, wow, I ain't seen giant dogs like that since Caelid. Not only that, but I seen the giant skeletons just like Caelid. Right, there's one now. Here we're coming, you might be like, wow, look at all these thorny tree things. We're gonna take a closer look at those things soon. Hound's product of the shattering? But then what would they be doing here? America has been largely inert since the shattering, right? And the shattering took place in the majority of the lands between. This area has enjoyed an isolation since the closing of the conflict with the fire giants, which I believe took place toward the beginning of the Golden Order, not too long after the defeat of the Glowmite Queen. But I do believe it is in fact after the Glowmite Queen. It could be Scrappy-Doo all along. White Ridge Road is the name of this road, and we are about to approach some thorn sorcery users. I happen to have the Briars of Punishment on me, and I'm gonna see how it works on them. Get them! It worked pretty good. It worked pretty good. So, we'll go ahead and read the description of this spell since it informs the type of area we're about to embark in. Also, I'm going to take a short break here in a minute. I forgot to take my top of the hour break. They're really neat. I'm disappointed I haven't run into more. Either I missed them or I found one of the best ones first. Requires Faith of 21, which is surprising me that I can use. Well, I guess it's boosted through Radigan Source Seal. But here we go. An aberrant sorcery discovered by exiled criminals. Theirs are the sorceries most reviled by the Academy. Let's skip the description of the spell. The guilty, their eyes gouged by thorns, lived in eternal darkness. There, they discovered the blood star. Okay, so you're discovered to be guilty of a crime. They place a crown of thorns on your head. The thorns are long enough to where they gouge your eyes out. You therefore end up through that pain and experience come into contact with the blood star, which I believe is an aspect of the formless mother, the outer god that Moog, twin brother of Margot, the Lord of Blood, is in contact with. Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? Uh, so these women are criminals. Who have been bound in briars and guilty hoods. In fact, we have an item description matching that, or that'll give us a little bit more info on that. I believe I have a guilty hood in the inventory. I think I do. Oh, here it is. Guilty hood. Coarse hooded cloak of olive brown, the garb of those accused of lesser crimes, indicated by the collar of sharpened branches. Okay, so you get a collar of sharpened branches with this guilty hood, but they get a crown of thorns in addition to a collar of branches. Turn over. Turn over. There we go. Or it looks like just the crown. So perhaps that guilty hood item and these are not so closely related? That being said, they're definitely guilty, called criminals in the description, and exiled. So I'm thinking these are people who were caught with crimes in the lands between and sent here by America to work with the fire monks in their grim duty of maintaining security in the forbidden mountaintop of the giants. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the bathroom and take a short break before we continue up the hill any further. Ooh, we can talk to Melina here. Let's do that, and we can think about it.
We're almost there. The flame of ruin lies just ahead. I'm glad it was you I traveled with. I must tender my thanks to Torrent, too. Thank you, Torrent. Please continue to lend your aid. Till the end.
All right. She's just like, she's getting chatty now that we're closer to where where the end of her road is. This is the end of the road. This, like, it feels a little bit like approaching Xanarkand through Mount Gagazet in Final Fantasy X. You think they named Torrent that to mess with pirating? uh, Now, I'm sure pirating is a concern of those at From Software and any software developer. However, I think that's a coincidence. It is interesting to think about the name Torrent, though. Uh, But yeah, let's consider all this stuff as I'm on a break real fast. Also, my food just got here. Perfect timing. Enjoy my channel's theme. Okay, I'm back. Food is here. Appears to be in order. I'll eat it later. But I am going to drink my lemonade. Mwah, molto bene. I do enjoy pink lemonade. It's probably my favorite soft drink beverage. I drink mostly lemonade, coffee, and water. Alright, Melina, thanks for hanging. Oops, didn't mean to sit back down. Alright, well, ooh, we have a lot of runes. I forgot, we beat up Vika. He dropped a bunch. We're gonna keep our intelligence at 69, because it's funny. We did break 200 FP, which is quite nice. I think we were starting to raise faith in Arcane. Just to gain more access to that zany stuff that you get with faith in Arcane. But yeah, let's do the Briars of Punishment again. That was cool. Bam, and it wrecks too. So we see the Briars of Punishment wrapped around these people too, who seem to have succumbed to the cold. I don't understand how they've died, but we see giant thorn sorceries, or evidence of thorn sorceries here, right? Except they also appear to be like they are weapons. Now, I can't tell if they appear to be weapons plunged into the ground or erupting from it. But since they kind of taper to a point, I would say they're plunged into the ground, and that the thorns growing seem to point downward in most cases. Although it's ambiguous enough. Also, everything's sounding right and everything good, yes. Alright, before we get too looky-looey, let's see if this thing will jump a cliff. Almost. She's like, hey, what was that? Ooh. Now, she has some fiery stuff going on, too. Now... Ugh! So yeah, these women seem to have been punished and sent to live among the fire monks. Exiled to the Forbidden Lands by Queen Marika, apparently. Because the fire monks are indeed allied with, are a, you know, a institution under the Golden Order. Oh, hey there. Catch him flat-footed, it does more damage. It does a little bit of health damage in addition to focus points. I'm noticing. I didn't notice that before. But of course it would. It was almost seeming like weird to me that it wouldn't. Also, we can summon Hank and Larry, so by golly, that's what we're gonna do. Hank, Larry, welcome. How are y'all? Good to see ya. Alright, here is a fire monk. Appropriate. Ooh boy, and here's a stronger fire monk. Oh boy. Troubles. Troubles a brewin'. We're gonna abandon the Briars in favor of the Night Comet, I think. to take care of this lady who apparently seen us. And hey, Roxy, thanks for the raid. Got her. Thank you, Roxy and company. Institution hype. I'll render proper respects in a minute, but we are sneaking our way into some pretty steep territory in terms of opposition. Here we go. Let's get you that shouty, Roxy. Thank you so much for the follow, or for the raid. For the follow. How did did you end with Dead by Daylight, or did you switch to something else? You kids with your Dead by Daylight. Hey, Jekyll. Oh, hi, Kissern. Kisserne. If you want to clarify the pronunciation of that, please. Ow, please do. We are deep in the mountaintops of the giants. All DBD. Yep. But yes, we are deep in the mountaintop of the giants. We are dealing with briar sorcerers and fire monks who are stationed here, in fact, in vigil to prevent the flame of ruin from coming in the possession of anyone who might do harm to the Erd tree. Kisserne? Is that it? Alright, I don't remember which one I said first. But okay, so yes, strong opposition around here. A whole bunch of thorn sorceresses. You see them with their flaming staffs. We've learned that they are criminal exiles stationed here with the fire monks by Queen Marika to protect the world, I guess, from the flame of ruin. Look at that colossal skeleton, though. Like, what period of time, in what tales to be told of the era where that thing was up and walking around? Hey, what's up, Ivan Tang? There we go, I got it now, huh, then, Kisserne. Yeah, all the institution hype around here. Roxy's been nothing but the best for you know, boosting us small people out to, you know, we ain't as small as we used to be. Alright, we got troubles. We have a big fight here. These guys... This guy is, I believe, the highest ranking fire monk. He's armed with one hell of a sweet looking hammer. A flame burns in the brazier upon his helmet, which must be causing him intense pain, right? And oh yeah, for sure, Ivan, no worries. Now, the story goes that the fire monks have succumbed to some degree to the temptation of the powers of the Flame of Ruin and have learned to use it. And it has corrupted them to some degree, though they still fulfill their duty in containing it. With one major failure. I think his name was Adon? Fire Thief Adon or something like that. He escaped. Either he was a fire monk who absconded with the flame of the fell god. Yeah, Adon was his name. Or he was a thief who managed to snatch it from the fire monks. I think he was a fire monk, though. He was a heavily armored guy. Although he was pretty small for a fire monk. Normally they're pretty huge. In fact, he looked kind of like a small guy wearing armor that was too big for him. I'm just concerned about engaging this battle. It's not going to be pretty. We're going to have to nuke them for starters. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Ugh. Perfect. And now we're going to Night Comet this guy until he dies from it. Oh, Hank Larry. I'll rescue you. Yes! Well done, Hank and Larry. I love you. Alright, so that fight went by the numbers. He dropped the Fire Prelate helm, or Prelate, which is his title, and he was defending a Stone Sword key. Alright. So they're still praying. They didn't seem too bothered by that. So let's go ahead and have a look at that helmet. It ought to inform us a little bit more about what fire monks are and what they are doing. Big heavy helmet, probably. Ah, here it is. One of the heaviest. Helm engraved with the sacred countenance and housing a cauldron. Attire of the fire prelates, commanders of the fire monks. It is said the cauldron perched atop the head was originally furnished with embers and would surge into flames when the wearer's faith reached its zenith. The fire of this cauldron has since died out, however. Well, we saw it in action, and it sure did have them embers. So prelates are the leaders of the commanders of the fire monks. Makes it sound very, you know, martial. But here we have these women again. They seem to be in a largely support role. Go get them. Go get her, Hank and Larry. The Staff of the Guilty. I'm sure this will inform us a little bit about them. Let's check it. Now, we've seen these enemies scattered very loosely throughout the lands between. Most notably in Liurnia, near the Everjail, where we discovered Adon and recovered the Flame of the Fell God incantation. What were we looking for? Oh yeah, Staff. Staff of the Guilty. Causes blood loss buildup and boosts thorn sorceries. A heretical staff fashioned from a smoldering, withered sapling that turns the blood of sacrifices pierced by it into glintstone. Similar to hex magic, sorceries are scaled with faith rather than intelligence when wielding this staff, which enhances thorn sorceries in particular. Neat. A scorched and withered sapling, so it's a baby tree. In a sense, a sacrifice. Because what is a sapling but what could become as mighty as the Erd tree, even? For once, the Erd tree was assuredly a sapling. Alright, so this is not Castle Saul, but it is a construct of a similar architecture. No doubt a fort that the fire monks were later given. This seems like it could be spooky. Fieldwork can be scary in the lands between. Guardian's Garrison. Guardian's Garrison. Flame Guardian and it's named? That's weird. I'm weirded out by this. That dog had extra runes. Oh my goodness, Vriska Circuit, it's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Please everybody, Hank and Larry also, get ready for an instant memory and type into the chat, please. Holy shit, a Flame Guardian. Ooh, we killed it. Hank, Larry, get back up. There's still time for you to get involved in the fuzzy pickles. Alright. Hank, Larry, come on. Wake up, buddies. Hi, Briscoe Circuit. Hi, Mr. Carrots. Hank, Larry, you guys, come on. Come on, you guys. Yeah, perfect. Alright, y'all stand right here. I'm going to adopt... you know what? I'm going to look this way, too. Hank, damn you. Get into frame. Hold on. There we go. Album cover stuff. Let's see. Let's T-pose it. Alright. Fuzzy Flame Guardian. Alright, going once. Going twice. It's a screen grab redemption. If you hurry, you can be immortalized. Mr. Carrots, please type it again. I took too long waiting for Hank and Larry to revive. Also, I just spilled lemonade on me. Hey, there's Roxy and there's Miss Carrots. There. Fuzzy Hank. Perfect. Alright. Thank you, everybody. That is a Discord redemption. Join it, won't we? You can see these. They're screen grabs. It's like a scrapbook. You can also do regular Discord stuff there, like be a goofball. You can post funny stuff. You can self-promo your stuff, even in more than streaming. Even if you're not a streamer and all and you have something else to promote, hit it up. Or you can just help us plan charity events and stuff as PSI Hope. Open membership style charity fundraising collective, I guess is what we think of ourselves as. And thank you so much, Riska Circuit, for the redemption. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memories, is the line. Alright. Oh. There we go. Thank you so much. We got Hank and Larry with us here as well. Still. And oh boy, are they coming in handy. Alright, so we are in the Guardian's Garrison. And we just fought a named character called a Flame Guardian. Also, I really like how you can see the... Wow! How you can see the skeleton peeking over the wall. Fully distracting me from that dog. Thanks, Hank and Larry, for backing me up. So this is apparently a fort dating back to the war with the fire giants by the Golden Order, and apparently later given to the fire monks. I should say perhaps later given to the fire monks, rather than it being constructed strictly for the fire monks. But how you doing, Mr. Carrots? Also, I should give you a shout out, pal. Oh, the Vriska Circuit one didn't pop off. There we go. And here's one for you too, Mr. Carrots. My good pal from the internet. Carrots' content is top tier. Not joking. Not even joking. The word wunderbar in the German comes to mind. Is that all there is to this? No. I'm just not finding my way up. That's right, Mr. Carrots. You should own it. Oh. Okay, so, well, that's a reason to bounce off. Oh, look, there's another Flame Guardian. I wonder if there's another one there. Yeah. 3 in all. What is your deal? Or what are your deals? This is like the first time we've run into like named NPCs that are just like a very generic name, like Flame Guardian. Like, why aren't any of the other enemies labeled thusly? They look a little bit like painting guardians too. I hope we can get a good look at them. I really wanted to look at that other one, but we had somehow accidentally aggroed him. Also, there... Let's see. There's got to be a way on the outside. Hank, Larry, back me up. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? We could probably run and jump across there, see? Or we could probably just drop down below here, see? Yeah. See? Try jumping. Hank, Larry, take it easy. Also, no! I think we messed up by doing this. Nearest Grace, very near. It just means recovering all the enemies. Damn it! I should have jumped across first. Silly me. Food coma from burgers. That's cool. Also, I think my straw is broken. It was making a strange slurpy sound when I was trying to drink. Alright, well, let's do this shit again real fast. Up in the hill and the... There's a gnat in here. And it got in my face. What kind of burger? What do you take on your burger, Mr. Carrots? I'm a big fan of barbecue sauce on my burgers. Grilled onions and barbecue sauce. Like, I'm disappointed if I get a burger that doesn't have that on there. And since I never ask for it, you can imagine how often I'm disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think barbecue sauce on a burger is really good. Alright, Hank, Larry, back me up, would you? I don't want to F this up. Wow. That's incredible. Wow. Oh, you're still alive, huh? Oh no, they killed Hank. Larry, get her. Oh. Some enemies know to hit fallen undead things. I'm a basic burger bunny and cheese. You want to trust a burger from Patches? Welcome to Patches Burger Emporium. The flavor will kick you right off a cliff. And then beg for your forgiveness. And then you'll develop a strange love-hate relationship with my burgers. I literally whomped them. Alright. Alright, we got a pair of fire monks right up here. They look like they're defending something neat. So let's go ahead and give them the nukes. I am the same way, Mr. Carrots. Yes! Ooh. Get him, Hank. Larry. Oh, shit! Oh, no! All my rowdy friends. There we go. Double kill. Larry, what happened to Hank? Oh, wait, I remember. Never mind. Alright. Man, these big giant thorn tower things are real freaky, though. Also, I have beetle sign. Ooh, and it looks like it's one that is actually a pickup of some kind rather than tears. It is. Ash of War. Prelate's Charge. Alright. A fire monk technique. Hidden in a beetle. Hey, Faust. Welcome back. Straw's definitely broke. Hank and Larry gonna open the most bomb wing plate. Or Elden bees. We're gonna get super effed up on Runaritas at Elden bees. Oh, hey. Hey, you leave my skeleton buddy alone, you big jerk. Have some rocks. This rocks. Don't worry, Larry, I won't let them hurt you. Alright, did I mention I love the sorcery build? It rocks and rolls. I mean... I'm telling you, you better, if you aren't following Mr. Carrots, after the Elden Bees remark, then do you even have a soul? I don't know, that might be a little extreme, but still, it's fun. And if you want more fun, look no further. Okay, well... So did we conquer the fire monk? No, hey, Larry. Larry, come back. Poof. I almost stopped believing in you for a second and you vanished. Come on. For Hank. Let's continue to explore the environs here. Also yeah. I was gonna say, did I recover my runes? But I didn't die. I teleported. Mr. Winters. Ooh. And it's like a big giant stone sphere or something too, like a strongman competition. Oh look, it's where I would have got to had I got to it. Alright, so it doesn't lead anywhere. We dead-ended in either case. So how the heck in the world do we get on top of Guardian's Garrison? GG's, it is not, as it turns out. Alright, let's make sure we clear it out real good. I feel like we can try to kind of contextualize this place before we move on. I think there's only a couple of fire monks left to take down. And I'm enjoying using the rock and roll spell to get it done with. Yeah. Wake up. Here's to you, Hank. Or, I mean, Larry. My bad. Alright. There's a doggy. And then, oh yeah, that's right. The fucking so-called Flame Guardians. Okay. Let's get a look at this one. Take a look at this. I mean, holding a, a flame pole, torch pole thing. You always thought this spell looked like the purple clump moss from Dark Souls. Well, it'll cure the toxic then. Or, nah, that's just regular poison, huh? It's... How did we aggro this guy before? Also, what are you dressed as? Who are you? Oh, God. Ooh, it's an Erdtree Guardian mask, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Yeah, you fancy. But yeah, that is an Erd Tree Guardian mask. Welcome back. Welcome back, Hank. I mean, Larry. Shit. I can't remember which one. You'll be Harry. Yeah, he's fine. He gets back up. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again. You ain't never gonna keep him down. He gets knocked down. It's the Chumbawamba effect. Pissing the night away. uh... Yeah, I'm like trying to kind of improv some variant lyrics for that. Hey, buddy. Hey. You want to aggro and run down the way you're supposed to get up there and thus reveal your secret? Oh, okay, no, all right. he's he's a fan of the direct route. Wow. Hank, I need you. Okay. uh. Well. That one was definitely a fan of the direct path. It's a little bit more fun than you should be having, or than I should be having, not figuring out my way up here. Maybe there's just a ladder I'm missing somewheres. Alright, if we aggro this guy and he takes the direct route, he's just gonna die, so... Oh, damn it. Alright, here we go. That's it, you sap. Ha ha! Come on. Come on. Oh, he... well, didn't do too much damage. I'll rescue you. Alright. I don't know, all my video game bag of tricks are not working. Nobody ran to find the ladder to come after me. They just jumped the fuck off of the fucking thing. He took a little bit of fall damage, but not much. How in the world do we get up there? I'll take one more little scan around, and then I guess we'll move on for the sake of, moving on. Also forgot that dog was there. Well, some of the scaffolding comes out here, but... goes around the bend over there. I don't know. There might be like an invisible wall, or I'm invisible wall, a illusory wall or something, but I don't feel like, you know, scanning everything with the tuck and roll maneuver. In addition to all the time I've already taken. Alright, let's go around the side again and see if we can put eyes on that scaffolding and see if it leads anywhere we can get to. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Nope. Or maybe. I think that's still nope. Oh, man, we hit the torrent barrier. Yeah, nothing doing. Sorry, Hank. I led us astray. Hopefully we. I was like, hopefully we can get back on the horse from here. I need its ups. Well, heading to bed. Have a good night, Faust. Thanks for hanging out, pal. Once again, follow Faust, please. Warhammer 40k stuff. Super fun. And not a chud like some people in that community can be. Alright, so we're going to cross the chain. Are we going to be off the chain, as the kids say? That's off the chain. It's, yeah, I mean, video games, am I right? The sheer size of this chain. Imagine going over the snow in the middle of these links and just whoosh, falling the hell through. Where are we over, anyway? Unknown. Over the great void. The chasms between the lands between. But check it out. A map and a grace site. The Mountaintops of the Giants is a more extensive area than I considered, and we skipped a lot to get here. And we can have a sit down. Or not. And here we are. The majority of the rest of the Mountaintops of the Giants laid bare, including the freezing lake, which we glimpsed, and the flame of ruin within the great cauldron upon the mountaintop. We still have this zone to go over in particular, and then this zone. I'm sure many of you know what that zone is. Flame of Ruin sounds good to me, right? Sounds fine. Yeah, I mean, it's an acknowledged problem in many fan bases. It's just especially likely in a fiction that contains snappy dressed military people doing genocides. Let's see. Okay, Giant's Grave Post. What a fabulous grace site. Okay. Considerations to make. We are marching up the hill rather fast, and we did skip a lot back here. I think it'll be worth our while, especially now that we have the map, to poke around the freezing lake a little bit. What time is it? 9:19? It's still fairly early. I think I want to go to the minor Erd tree first and foremost. Because, like, okay, we crossed this great chain. Very conspicuous, right? And there is a fortress right here and fire monks overlooking it. So this is like the holy of holies of the Mountaintop of the Giants. We can even make out what appear to be the figures of giants buried. And even the smaller ones, look, this is a guy bent over, another one bent over. These are guys all hunched over and prostrate. Look at this guy. So yeah, before we delve too deeply into whatever the hell all this is, I think we should go back and be a little bit more thorough on the return. Now, we didn't sit at the grace site, which means all the enemies over there are still dead, and I think we're going to take advantage of this fact. And we're going to backtrack and make sure we didn't miss anything looking the opposite direction we were looking on the way up. I'm glad you love lore, Mr. Carrots. Tron, do you ever collect maps of fantasy places and games and stuff? I don't necessarily collect them per se, but I do have an appreciation of them. The only D&D map I have that's a physical map that I have is of the Eberron campaign setting from a 4th edition campaign guide for the Eberron setting. I love that setting. It's really cool. It's sort of a instead of steampunk, it's like magic punk kind of, or not even really. It's supposed to be like kind of a post World War I analogous type setting, where there's you know, high tech as enabled by magic and stuff like that. Trains and ships and submarines even. There's even an entire region in that setting that reminds me a lot of Caelid in that it's a region that's supposed to be analogous to a place that got nuked. Praise be to Grandfather Nurgle. Yeah, it turns out the demons were right. All right, so Lord Contender's Everjail, but we also have this structure. I don't know if we can get down below to the lake from here. I know we encountered a cliff after we departed the heretical rise. So I guess we're going to hang the hard right here. Hard right at the fire slug and past the scary dogs? I don't know. I think the fire slugs are just plain attracted to, you know, what the fire monks be doing. Y'all don't want to mess with me, right? Oh, Lord. Maybe we should heal. I love how they look like T-Rexes. It's absolutely awesome. Relatively docile, the doggies are.
Love you, Dad.
Love you. Look at the giant doggos.
Giant doggy.
Mm-hmm.
Puppy. Puppy.
Yeah, check it out. Hold on, we gotta...
Show the giant puppy butt.
I guess, right? Alright,
Puppy butt.
you guys get to bed. I love you. Brush your teeth and stuff.
I know. About to get one.
Alright. We're gonna do some Breath of the Wild in the morning with Moonside. Love you. Hey, look, it's one of these cemeteries. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Alright, we don't want no troubles, alright? We don't want no troubles. I said I didn't want no troubles. Instead of wolves here, though, there are hounds. There's usually wolves associated with cemeteries in the lower lands between. Of course, that could just be coincidental. Golden Rune 7 and 10. Lovely. Where does that get us? Oh, that boosts us right up to the Everjail. Seems kind of a silly place to put one of these. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. But yay! Looks like we could get down to the lake this way. Oops. Sorry. I accidentally used my staff as a bludgeon. Okay. Now I'm avoiding the lake proper, and the reasons for that should become all too apparent before long. But it appears as if we have ourselves the ruins of a church and a grave site. The first church of America. Very significant that the first church of America would be here in the Mountaintop of the Giants. Now, the second Church of America is, I believe, the one we encounter in Limgrave, is it not? No, that's the Church of Ella. The third Church of America is here in Limgrave. Where's the second? I feel like it should do more damage than what it does. Minor Erdtree Church. Stormcaller. Second Church of America. It's down here in Altus. And there's none in Liurnia. Well, I mean, there is a church here, isn't there? Yeah, here we go. The Church of Inhibition. Church of Vows. I believe there's a church up here that I don't know the name of yet. And the Church of Erith. But no Church of Maracas. Interesting. Anyway, I bet you Melina will have something to say. Yep. And we have better flasks now. Would be. All right, Melina, what do you got to say?
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you?
Yes, please.
In Marika's own words, hark, brave warriors. Hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place ye stand. Put the giants to the sword and confine the flame atop the mount. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden ring for the age of the Erd tree.
Okay, so the defeat of the fire giants definitely marks the beginning of the Age of Plenty proper. So it must have come really hot on the heels of the war with the Glomite Queen. And also, who is Ella? That's a good question. Also, a good question is who was the name of the other church? The one right outside Stormvale Keep. Where was it? Erith. Who's Ella? Who's Erith? Why do they get churches? You know? Oh, wait. We also have the Rose Church down here in Liurnia. So never mind. Plenty of churches in Liurnia, as it turns out. Seems at least as many as what's in other regions. I think we also have the Church of Pilgrimage, the Kalu Baptismal Church, which is in the Ailing Village, which is interesting. Sorry, I'm taking interest in all the churches. And then the fourth Church of Marika down in the Weeping Peninsula.
Shall I turn your... Let my hand share them with me.
That's right. Melina does her level up dialogue when she's in talk to you mode. Okay, but the first Church of Marika, and I guess it makes sense after hearing what she said about, you know, it was Marika's announcement to her troops, inspiring them, you know, after the, you know, telling them to go conquer the mountaintops and defeat the giants and contain the flame. So I guess this would be where the Golden Order first cemented itself truly as a thing and went forth brandishing the Elden Ring in the world at large after that, probably initiating the Golden Order unification wars at that point. Somberstone Minor Bell Bearing 3. Cool. Right. Well, shall we? I think we shall. Oh my goodness. Everybody, it's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant memory and type into the chat, please. How the hell did we get out here on this frozen wasteland? You guys, stay in frame. Stay in frame, you guys. You guys meander around. Thank you, Dracolair. We'll get this going. Frosty Pickles, indeed. Here we are. Let's T-pose again. Liking the T-pose. Alright, that's Frosty Pickles going once. Frosty Pickles going twice. Once again, it's a screen grab redemption. Get up on it. Once. Twice. No, I'm just kidding. I was moving. I never froze. There we go. I think I got it. Whoa, hey. Let's bring up the thing that I do to get it did. And we will save it. Thank you so much for the redemption, Dracolair. Please give Dracolair the follow, by the way. It is like a family picture. This is the second picture we were able to get Hank and Larry in on it tonight. And I'm grateful for it, quite frankly. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memories. Thanks. And Dracolair, and thank you for the hydrate as well, and the stretch, and the, yes. Ugh. Alright, yeah, let's give Dracolair a shout out. And that was, of course, the Discord redeem. Hank, Larry, thanks for finally standing still. It's time to get back on the horse because things are about to get real. Stay close, Hank and Larry. Things might get dangerous. Hark! Hank, Larry! There's a foul wind approaching. Gonna eat another crab. I can't see anything. Whoa! Found it! Borealis, the freezing fog. There he is. There's Hank and Larry. Missed. Oof. Oh shit! Woohoo! That's it. Oh shit! Okay, we're good. Nice. Nice. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I screwed that up pretty good. Hank and Larry are dead? Oh no. Alright, we've almost got it. Can't let him catch us with that. That'll kill us. Got him. That's for Hank and Larry, you son of a bee. Hark and Larky. Oh, I remember this Yu-Gi-Oh card. Now we have the heart of Sean Connery. Hank, Larry, I'll miss you. Good news, everyone. We hit like a truck. 69 intelligence, turns out, is a good stat. But here we are upon the freezing lake. Apparently a wellspring atop the mountaintop. Oh, well, not quite atop, but upon the mountaintop of the giants, which feeds this river that apparently terminates here. But then there's a path down there. Alright. Let's scan the cliff sides at lake level. Now that we've made the lake safe. Wait. We have not made the lake safe. The most dangerous creature in the game. We're gonna leave it well the fuck alone. And let's make sure nothing else is cracking over here. Ooh. Oh man, there is a lobster man right here though. That's bait. This lobster set up bait. It's incredible. Let's see if we can kill it. Oh shit! There's another one. Got it. Alright, we're gonna have to serpentine. Oh! Oh shit, we need to get those runes back. Ain't nothing more vulnerable than an idiot who thinks they know what they're looking at. Good gravy. Shit. It's gonna be really risky getting those. I had my opaline tier up for that. And it still got freaking murked. Hyper murked. Alright, we got almost 200,000 runes on the line here. So, we're gonna have to be very crafty. Okay, this is fine. This is fine, 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 this is fine. Alright, I got him. I got him. Run. 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 Alright. Actually, we're... we'll still go here. Yeah, that was quick, wasn't it? Man, almost 2 levels. Alright, let's see. We'll do one in Faith and one in Arcane. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and eat enough runes to actuate the next level. We're going to crunch on the delicious, delicious runes. I think 4 of these will... Wait, I think 4 of these will do it. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Damn. Alright, we need 7,000 more, so 2 more of those. Damn. Close, but no cigar. Ce n'est pas un cigare. I should probably... Sorry if that fight was incredibly loud, by the way. I remember I had the volume up for Melina's dialogue before. Okay, so, edge of the world here. I love how the landmass of the lands between is like so massive and tall at this point that there's a lateral area as big as like the Weeping Peninsula in Limgrave, just making up the face of the Great Cliffs that is the Mountaintops of the Giants. Motherfucking lobsters. Oh, they're having a nap. Also, they really don't seem to be affected very much by, by how crazy shit be up here. Like, you know, it's frozen as fuck up here. So did the frozen crustaceans move in after, or were they just unfazed? I heard some interesting theories about what the crustaceans represent in this game, too. And in particular, in context with Blackguard Big Bogart and his involvement with the Dung Eater. But, you know, as far as a gameplay perspective, it's like, hey, remember Liurnia? You will. Let's take another look over the edge here. Let's look as far east as we can look. See if we can play some tumbleweed soccer. Oh, hold on, hold on. Oh, it's getting away from me. There we go. Good luck. Oh, can't see it. Still going. D-rest. Jesus. That's a good picture. That one's going to the interweb. You know, you never see spirit wolves, do you? The way you see spirit goats and spirit deer and spirit squirrels and spirit birds. I don't rightly recall ever seeing a spirit wolf. That wasn't, like, strictly speaking, one of my own summons. Alright, now we can look as much north as we can. Once again, the endless sea of the sky. This place must have been, like, really nice when it was, not frozen. Oh, look at that. An item. Probably not bait. Golden Rune 11. That's a little too tall. Can we see the Erd tree from here? We can't really, can we? This is pretty far from the Erd tree. Right? It's not as far as we can get, which is to say, more in Moangrave. But we are fairly far from the Erd tree. Further than any point in the Altus Plateau, anyway. But even though you can be all the way down at the Mourngrave in the Weeping Peninsula, you can still see the Erd tree plainly from there. Ah, here it is. Actually, yeah, you could see it. It was just a matter of the weather, I guess. Never mind. But even as far away as we are still almost basically underneath its outermost branches still. Like, it's pretty amazing how big that asset is. Yeah, it was just foggier. Caught myself. Jump back. Catch myself. Alright, so we're going to actually want to sit at this gray site and avoid dying. How long have we been on? Almost 3 hours. Wait, that's south. We want to go north. in the direction of Castle Saul, but I believe I want to go check out that Erd tree first. Sorry. I really don't want anything to do with you guys. I don't have beef with those who live in death. I feel that's your personal choice. I, too, am creeped out by the idea of being consumed by the roots of a gigantic god tree after I die. Freaks me right out. There's a chapel here at Castle Saul. Pretty nice one. Now there's some concern about the presence of the chapels in the Stormvale stratum, so to speak, you know? They appear to predate the structures at large and might be why the castles were built around them. Phantom tree sticking out of the ground just right here. Another walking mortuary, or mausoleum rather. Mortuary. Alright, well this grace was relatively easy to get through. Yeah, I know. It is kind of interesting from a, or very interesting from a game design aspect, is how that works. Snow Valley Ruins Overlook is what this is called. More Death Root. This one way more apparent. Sorry, snail. There it is. The minor Erd tree. The other direction leads down to Castle Saul. And we'll worry about that later. Also, you know, this Eternal Bridge, you know, it's right here. As opposed to going here, which is where the ruins are. I bet you these ruins are associated with the bridges. But it passed through this way. So let's look for ruins aside from the Erd tree, minor Erd tree. I don't see any though. Because then this would be a reason why the road would proceed this way. Is there an avatar here? There is. Look at that. Hank, Larry, let's do this. Oh, that was close. Fuck. Oh, okay, good. Woohoo! Oh, it divided. Interesting. Hank, Larry, no! Shit, they're gone. Isn't that interesting how it divided? We've never seen this behavior before. It divided, didn't it? Yeah, they are using troll skulls, aren't they? Cerulean Crystal Tier and the Crimson Bubble Tier. But it did. It divided. And each side of it both took damage from the same health meter. I struck the last hit on the quote-unquote new one. Or at least not the first one I hit after it divided. But thus falls what I believe to be the last Minor Erdtree Guardian. Let's take a look at those tiers. A Cerulean Crystal tier, which I guess we could just double up. It's interesting to note that their image is of one side and the other. I think it was this one we got the right side from this particular encounter. This is also true of the Crimson Crystal tier. Crimson Spill, Crimson Burst, Green Spill, Green Burst. We don't have a green crystal tier like this though, and we don't have blue ones like these. But let's look at the Crimson Bubble tier. The resulting concoction automatically heals one's HP in the moment before death. It has a duration and only occurs once, so it's an automatic revive. Interesting. Yeah, it totally did divide. Now in like plants, we see this type of asexual reproduction in like cacti with budding, for instance. And like we've seen almost any, like many plants can have a growing stalk removed or cut from the main plant and either grafted to a rootstock that exists or coaxed into growing new roots in a process known as cloning. This is a process particularly important to, say, propagating cannabis for production. If you find, you plant your weed seeds and you get, weed of the variety you want, what happens when you burned it all? So the idea is you propagate it and you keep one as sort of a genetic stock and you clone it to make the ones that you end up growing to maturity and cutting down. So yeah, there's all kinds of ways plants reproduce asexually, but never quite through just direct division like that, like mitosis, as our pal waifus mentions. Which is just a straight up division, right? The one object becomes two. Now the two new cells have less, share the original mass of the cell that divided and then grow to full size again. So that makes sense mitosis wise, right? Because each creature had the same health but remaining health. And in fact damaging one, although it was interesting that damaging one damaged the other. Here are a bunch of demi-humans. These large ones are crazy. The demi-humans don't seem put off by the cold and apparently managed to scratch a living up here. And let's see. Let's confirm whether or not there is a basin around. Let's recall that there are only basins around minor Erdtrees that lacked avatars. Because the avatars, being shaped as hollow tree stumps, are they themselves the crystal tear basins when they are present. Also evidenced by the fact that you acquire crystal tears from slaying them. Sorry to wake y'all up, I'm just passing through. Having a look. Just a humble scholar. really don't want to kill you guys. Also, looks like there's more ruins. And I think we're starting to come to a possible conclusion on what period these ruins date to. I want to say that they're probably the earliest structures in the lands between, maybe. Early Eternal Empire, maybe. It is. Oh, hey, look who it is. Somber Stone 9. Check it out. What's up, Gold Mask? Hold on a second. I don't want to die doing this. Hold on, I can do this too. Hell yeah. The double T pose. Kind of like that, actually. There we go. We'll come out of his hips. Perfect. This is another good photo to send to internet land. Hey, what's up, P-Funk? T-pose it good. Asserting dominance. Indeed. How you doing, Gold Mask? Good to see you. Still doing Erd Tree stuff, huh? Yeah. Corin. Corin? Corinne? Corbin. What's your name? I forget your name.
I can't believe you've come all this way.
These hands... Corin. You are Corin. You got any incantations that I don't have yet? Immutable shield, magic fortification, great heal, rejection, the black flame. I do want that now that I have the faith for it. Thanks, Corin. What's up with Gold Mask?
I've been gripped by a terrifying thought. The rhythms and calculus of the Master's finger betray a suspicion of the holism of the Golden Order, a conceit, I am afraid, that cannot be overlooked. Oh, but how could this be? I dread to even entertain the possibility, but somehow I cannot cast aside my doubts about the Master. Tell me, have I simply lost my head? Only, if the Master were true to the Golden Order, why would he think to breach this forbidden mount of fire?
So, Corin here's having a conflict of faith. You know, he's like, well, no, America's in charge of the Golden Order, and she says we're not even supposed to be here, and yet Gold Mask came here anyway, and he's still reading the Erd Tree, and Corin's like, well, man, like, I don't get it. You know, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, Master, put my mind at ease. Dispel these fearsome thoughts. I want to place my trust in you, to be your scribe.
All right. I'm being a sunflower. Well, you guys be cool. I'll catch you on the flippy floppy. So you guys see the Erd Tree? Messed up, huh? I mean, as much as I dislike the main Erd Tree, I quite like the minor Erd Trees. What's that about? All right, so what are these ruins about? I don't see any enemies about. Some bats. Yeah, there's one way over there. In addition to those ones flopping around over this way. Well, as long as we can keep our head, bats aren't usually too much trouble. Alright. We'll give this area a good looking over, and that might... In getting back over this way, I suppose... Well, I don't know. We'll look at this area real good, But that might mark the end of our session tonight. To eat this teriyaki bowl I got and get some sleep and wake up early and do a Breath of the Wild stream with Moonside. What ruins are these? Stargazer's ruins. Ah, now we're talking astrology. Why the bats, though? Stargazer's ruins. So this might be ancient astrologer stuff. This might be the ruins I've been seeing in my dreams since I chose the astrologer class. I feel as if I've been here before. And not just in a prior playthrough, which I have. A Medusa?
You promised me when we turn 14, we go to see the stars.
Whoa. Is that you talking?
I've been waiting ever so long. Forever and ever it seems.
Wow. Alright. What's down here? Held shut by a seal.
Where did you go?
Yeah, I was about to. Just wanted to give it a bit of a look around first.
Turn 14, we go to see the stars.
Let's look at the description for this really quick.
I've been waiting ever so long.
A floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings, prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home. Will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. It seems her name is Aurelia. Hey, Designation V, thanks for being here. Yeah, you have a good night, pal. Have another shout. It seems her name is Aurelia. So let's summon her then.
You promised me when we... Dear sister, you're finally here. No time to waste. Let's see the stars.
Aww. We have the fancy spin gesture. Well, we have to see that. Let's change this one for inner order. Curtsy. Where is it? Fancy spin. Aw, how lovely. Oh yeah, Aurelia's nice. I used her all the time in my first playthrough. Once I finally started summoning stuff, I leaned on Aurelia. Primal Glintstone Blade. How interesting. I knew about this little moment, but I did not know what the prize is. Is it a key item? Excuse me. It's a usable. Or is it? Where is it? Oh. That's neat. It's a talisman. Ah, yes, I forgot about the talismans. There it is, Primal Glintstone Blade. Spells consume less FP, but maximum HP is reduced. I'm cool with that. An old glintstone blade that has been stained with blood. Reduces FP consumption of sorceries. The old sorcerers would slice open their hearts with these blades to imbue a primal glintstone with their soul. And thus did they die. Wonder what this means in context with the sisters. And if this is the process Selen used. Ah, yes, there we go. A Nidarian. I was aware of the term Nidarian. Our favorite Medusae. So, the Stargazer's ruins, huh? And I think we just saw the rare happy ending in a Souls game. Reunited sisters. Off to see the stars together. Eternally. Bittersweet, but as happy as the endings come in a FromSoft game, probably. Delightfully peaceful are these ruins. And as for being a Stargazer's ruin, I'm surprised we haven't found one of those astrolabes. Let's check the head of the complex. Oh. I heard it coming. Wow, you're a crafty one. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I need a heal. Oh. Jeez, you were a special one, weren't you? Whoa. Golden hair? Gosh, I don't know. That was an especially mean one. Freezing grease. But yeah, no astrolabe. Makes me think that the astrolabe was probably a thing that the Carians were using. No astrolabe, but I mean, it's ancient ruins, right? But also probably, you know, there's no evidence of an astrolabe that's no longer here, but what once was. To me, it's curious that there would be no astrolabe here. Oof. Be wary of tears. You said it. Uh-oh, okay. That was one of those stronger ones. And another one. Alright. Oh, and another one. Fuck. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Got him. Oh, he took it. Good gravy. Strongest bats in the game. Easy. Is that what I think it is? Tis. Tis indeed. Twin little gravestones, conspicuous. And fluttered over by nascent butterflies. Likely pair. Examine grave. Here lie Aurelia and Aureliette, who never saw the stars. Oh. This one's for you. Oh, look, the phantom trees are actually solid. That's an interesting wee fact, isn't it? That the incorporeal is in fact very physical. Okay, well, let's take another walk back out of the complex. Just in case we missed something. Just look at the pattern on their wings. The scariest bats have the scariest membranes. Oh, look. Maybe a little bit more here. Snakes and butterflies. Okay. Well, I think that'll probably get us to the end of the sesh, gang. 10 after 10 o'clock. It was a good long run. Get to bed a little early. Hopefully things will be alright. You said it, dear. Alright. The Mountaintops of the Giants. The first expedition continues next time. When I found those graves in my playthrough, I had my tarnish sit and have a little moment there. Yeah, it feels right. But yeah, thanks for joining me, gang. It rocks that you guys hang out and listen to me babble on so incessantly about this game's deep, deep lore. I mean, one of the things that motivates me so much to do it is just the fact that I'm astounded at the level of detail the game developers went to. You know? Hey, thanks for the stretch, Dracolair. But stick around, gang. We're gonna raid somebody. Ugh. Let's see. Let's make sure we send ourselves the proper direction. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I think, yes, we're going to raid our pal, It's the Super Dave. We've raided him a couple times. And yeah, the detail extends to the wildlife too. There's almost no segment of texture anywhere in this game that that isn't well considered. Historical waifus, if you're still there, you know what? I'm not going to depart this location. I should actually. We'll go for it. Remember though when we were like going on and on and on and on about the symmetrical Elden Ring? Uh, a real bird? Are they like a transitional species closely related to penguins, or is that just convergence in action? P-Funke. You seem to have your head on your shoulders when it comes to fauna. But yeah, let's damn it, it's dark. But we were looking at the tiles on the road here and determined that it's a depiction of the Elden Ring unlike others seen elsewhere in the game. It's a symmetrical 4-ring instead of a asymmetrical 4-ring layout, with no ring in the center. Interesting to note, no ring in the center here. I know it's kind of hard to make out, but Tarnished Archaeologist brought up this exact design in his video that he released, I believe it was yesterday, or was it either that or this morning? I think it was yesterday. But also, yeah, highly recommend Tarnished Archaeologist if you want lore content in a well-produced YouTube video format. And he sure has a nice voice for what he does.